Yo, what is up, my fellow version? It's your boy A1 like 6 sauce can never take a motherfucking loss. Today, my allergies fucking with me. I got my hair tied up. I got the fresh motherfucking cut. But today, we're to react to the fighting business as always. You know, you always gotta react to the fighting business, even if you sick. Who fucking knows, bro? I'm not sick. I can't manifest that. But today, we're to react to UFC 302, Makhachev versus Poirier, deeper dive. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, motherfuckers. I got Dustin finishing his story.
The third title defense for Islam Makhachev is upon us. One more and he ties the record. Two more and... No, we can't do that. You don't look past the other guy. Not this one.
I'm going to knock him unconscious, and the ref's going to be pulling.
Do y'all think he really, like, do y'all really believe he's gonna knock him out, like, on some real shit? I got Dustin winning, but I don't know if I got, like, him not, like, him. You know what? Let me shut up.
Me off of him.
This guy knows that he will not get another title shot again.
That's not the plan. That's not the goal. The goal is to do it now and finish this story, bro.
This is it for him. I'm willing to bet he's desperate and ready to leave everything he has out there, as if he wasn't already dangerous enough.
Becoming lightweight champion is something that he is obsessed with, okay? It is a fire that burns very strongly within him.
Islam Makhachev, the near unbeatable lightweight champion, defends his title against maybe the greatest lightweight to never win the undisputed title, Dustin Poirier. In the co-main event, Sean Strickland is back in action and faces Paulo Costa, who might have, fingers crossed, found the will to compete again. We're back on track and headed for a bloody good time. Welcome to the fighting.
Yo, Costa versus Sean Strickland is so abnormal, bro. Like, this, I just never thought they would ever fight. Let's get right into this son of a bitch.
Business. Okay, to be fair, UFC 301 was not that bad, but on paper, let's admit
It was pretty bad.
it. Not a single fighter was anywhere close to a credible draw. UFC 302, on the other hand, has a bunch of names you'd pay to see fights.
You are the definition of weakness.
Again and again.
And make some parts of you, boy, grow up.
Sean Strickland, Paulo Costa, Islam Makhachev, and of course,
Leg bump, who give? We have to check that, man.
Dustin Poirier. All on this card, all scheduled for 5 rounds, and we'll dive deep into both of these upcoming wars.
Fighting business, absolutely amazing. One of my favorite new channels going right now.
Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa.
Yo, this fight is so, like, I don't know who to pick, bro. I'll be honest.
The former middleweight champion, who recently and barely lost the crown, Sean Strickland, returns in the co-main event to face the most inconsistent middleweight on the roster, Paulo Costa. The narratives around these two have shifted drastically in the past few years, and Sean Strickland is actually the favorite to win.
You know, you guys, I like Costa. Costa's nice. He's a funny guy. He makes me laugh. He's pro-free speech. I like that guy. But I'm going to make that dirty Brazilian bleed.
Strickland's future as a middleweight contender was in serious doubt after back-to-back losses to Poitin and Jared Cannonier, but he got a nice win streak going in 2023.
He won that fight against Cannonier, bro.
And when Trick is declining a quick turnaround, Sean was selected to headline UFC 293 against Israel, and the People's Champion pulled off the upset. Not a lucky KO, but a 5-round domination that left no doubts. Weidman over Silva, Bisping over Rockhold, and now Strickland dethroning Israel. The middleweight division was chaotic as ever, and now it had a fitting champion. The first challenger for Strickland was Dricus du Plessis, and the two middleweights had a war at UFC 297 to commemorate the new era at 185.
War for you guys. Let's go, Canada.
Close and controversial, and while DDP was the winner, Strickland had proven his worth at the top. This dude was in his prime, and beating him was going to be hell for anyone.
I think Sean Strickland deserves so much credit. I could say so many things about this guy. I'm excited to see what he does in terms of building his way back up, because his style is going to be a real pain in the neck for a lot of these middleweights.
Meanwhile, from his destruction of Johnny Hendricks to UFC 253, Paulo Costa was a...
Costa is fucking, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I feel like Strickland, he can stand it with Costa, but Costa got a lot of kicks. His power, he faced Yel Romero, bro. Robert Whitaker, bro. Like, he's facing high caliber fighters, but every fighter he damn near fought was high caliber, I can't lie. But he lost from Izzy. Izzy picked him apart. And that's where, like, you know, Sean Strickland picked Izzy apart. So this is like, you know, there's some shit.
Wrecking ball, and he really came into prominence when he went punch for punch with Yoel Romero of all people. After such a fearless performance against Romero, we all expected him to do the same to Adesanya.
I will make him cry. I will hit him very badly. and he will cry like a baby.
At UFC 253, Costa just could not get going. You, on the other hand, should get going to the Patreon for a music playlist, behind-the-scene video breakdown and tips, and get your name in the video's credit. I mean, it's just a suggestion. Lots of cool shit there.
Facts.
Costa probably wasn't on the Patreon at 253 because he looked like a punching bag.
That was fucked up.
Worse, Israel
Who wrote that script?
style on him, and after knocking him out,
I didn't see when I was there on the cage, but I saw now. I disapprove 100%.
the trauma likely broke Costa.
Always came heavy to
Martin
fight.
Vittori weight gate was embarrassing.
A lot of people don't realize that Costa was undefeated before he fought Israel Adesanya, and he broke that streak. I think a lot of people don't understand that. Costa was actually pretty good, like actually really good.
Have problem with that?
He lost that fight, and while he won the next, his inability to finish a gassed Luke Rockhold was concerning. Seemed like Costa was done. Not to mention, his inactivity was annoying, but I like the version that showed up at UFC 298. He didn't beat Whitaker, pretty much nobody does, but Costa showed that he was able to hang with the elite. In a short while after the loss, the fight with Sean Strickland was official.
Costa versus Strickland, that's an exciting one. I
got Sean Strickland.
I like that.
It's gonna be a dog fight.
It is gonna be.
Maybe Costa has finally got past the trauma of UFC 253. Something to point out here. This co-main event is set for 5 rounds. Costa has gone 5 rounds just one time in a losing effort to Vittori, while Strickland has the best cardio at 185.
His natural ability is his cardio. Among, he knows how to fight well too, but naturally he just has cardio for days.
In a 3-round fight, given his physicality and the fact that Strickland is usually a slow starter, Costa would have had a much easier time, but round by round, Strickland is going to get better, and he's going to keep coming forward. I doubt a single takedown is attempted, so it most likely comes down to a battle on the feet, both pressure fighters. Power on Costa's side, volume and pace on Strickland's. Winner gets crowned the chaddest motherfucker at 185 pounds.
Yo, one thing I realized, Strickland, he paved the way for a lot of these motherfucking UFC fighters or people who want to be UFC fighters, bro. I probably think, what the fuck are you talking about? This is what I mean. Strickland, I never seen Strickland throw a fucking high kick, a body kick, this and that. I see him throw a front kick to the body. I ain't never seen nothing high and spectacular. The only thing I see him is be in the pocket and beats niggas' asses. Like, you feel me? He's doing his thing. The fuck is you doing, bro? Oh, my fault.
Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier. A long time ago, we were promised that Islam Makhachev was just as good, if not better than Khabib. When he would take over the lightweight division, nobody was going to stop him. And they weren't really lying.
I feel great because a lot of people have. Thank you, brother.
Islam has been the lightweight champion since UFC 280, where he defeated a red-hot Charles Oliveira by second-round submission. The way he did it, and the fact that he did it to Charles, solidified the aura around him. The next fight, however, did show a crack in the armor, as Alexander Volkanovski took the new champion to the limit in Australia. There was some talk about dehydration timing messing up Islam, but we all saw what we saw. Bloodied, exhausted, and hurt. Islam was great, legendary even, but he was not indestructible.
And what a fight. Listen, Volkanovski didn't get the job done, but he pushed him to the limit. That was by far the toughest test of Makhachev's career.
The fight was destined for a rematch, but it came a lot quicker than we anticipated. At UFC 294, Volk had to step in on short notice when Charles pulled out. A lot of factors were different this time around.
Him rehydrating for 30-something hours isn't enough. He's going to be stronger with 40 hours. You don't back your skills? I don't get it. I don't get it. I back my skills. That's the difference. I really don't get it.
I show everything.
You're going to show what?
Be patient. I show you.
Yeah,
I show you my power and everything Saturday night.
No hydration issues on Islam's home turf, and Volk was coming in on short notice. But again, we saw what we saw. Islam knocked out the featherweight champion with a vicious kick to the head, and in the very first round.
Can't even lie to y'all, bro. That shit hurt my heart. And I like Volkanovski. Don't get me wrong. Like, I like him as a fighter and as a human being. But I wasn't really like a big fan for him. Like, if he lost, like him and Poirier, I knew he was gonna lose from Poirier only because, you know what? I ain't gonna get into all that, bro. But Max gonna whoop Poirier ass.
Does this cement you as pound for pound now in your eyes?
Not just now. I feel that after the first fight. I'm a best fighter in the world, but I don't care about the rankings. If they put me in the number 1, I am okay. If not, everybody know who is the number one.
Whatever doubt stained his credibility was effectively removed, and we asked ourselves the same question. Who on earth was going to beat this guy? To answer this question, a mini tournament took place at UFC 300 involving 4 lightweights. Okay, 3 lightweight and 1 grade featherweight. Justin versus Max, Charles versus Arman, and hopefully by the end, we would be looking at the next contender for Islam. But that didn't happen. I mean, Holloway has business to settle at 145, and Arman absolutely proved his status as the next top challenger.
Why I gotta take the same risk like I did first fight? I wanna be ready, and I wanna have full training camp.
But after refusing a quick turnaround to face Islam 2 months after his win over Oliveira, Diamond was called, and with no hesitation, said yes.
Hunter started texting me Saturday of 300, you know, so I understand Arman saying, like, let me get a full camp under my belt. Let me feel at my best and give this thing my all. And I understand that, but I just was in a position to where I can't say no either.
Dustin Poirier has always been a victory or 2 away from title shots throughout his whole career. It's hard to get past someone as popular, beloved, and entertaining as Poirier. One solid victory and you're reminded of how impressive this guy is and why he deserves to compete for gold. But when Poirier was knocked out by Justin Gaethje at UFC 291, a lot of us saw that as the end of the road for Dustin.
Nah.
At least when it came to chasing championships. The man himself was not sure where to go, but as he was ranked highly at lightweight, he had a position to defend. Dustin was scheduled to face a hungry prospect, Benoit Saint-Denis, at UFC 299, and on paper, Benoit was a bad matchup for Poirier.
I would love to face Dustin Poirier because he's obviously the most realistic fighter.
A guy who could mix grappling and striking was dangerous for the aging lightweight, but Dustin wanted to know, and so did we.
It's a challenge to myself as well. That's how I went about training camp, and part of the reason I took this fight. It's like, let me see, you know, let me show and see to myself that I still got it.
He had to face adversity and survive the relentless pressure, but Poirier landed whenever he found the opening.
Yo, this fight proved like Poirier is like a straight up asshole in the octagon, but he's a fucking fighter.
And at the end, Benoit couldn't take it and ended up as another knockout victim in the resume of this definite all-time great at 155.
The fight that he took tonight with Benoit, I mean, everybody, when the talk first started, and everyone was like, ooh, this is a bad fight for Poirier. This that makes you a legend.
Right after his win, people started talking. Dustin, while winning impressively, had only defeated Benoit, and he was knocked out by Gaethje not too long ago. Arman was the rightful guy.
And then Gaethje got knocked the fuck out by Max.
Next in line, but with the champion wanting to fight as soon as possible and Poirier being available, the UFC announced this matchup.
Yeah, because I know Dustin it's not deserve the title fight, but we don't have any option right now.
A scary, near invincible champion versus a hard-earned contender who knows that this is the last shot. Head to head, we know what Islam needs to do. Clinch and shoot right away and get Dustin to the ground. But Islam has been growing in confidence when it comes to his striking, and you know for a fact that he's going to challenge Dustin on that front and step into the fire if need be. To frustrate Dustin Poirier, you need to put an insane amount of pressure and grapple without mercy. Habib did it and succeeded. Benoit tried to do it, had some success, but not enough. Can Islam implement the same game plan? Maybe, but from what we have seen from the champion, that's not how he operates. Islam puts calculated pressure and has no
No, the fuck he don't. He just grab you and make you tired and smash.
problem kickboxing. Against arguably the best boxer at 155, I doubt his approach is going to change. Maybe it should though, because you don't want to risk a striking war with someone like Poirier, especially at UFC 302. It's been a long journey for the former interim champion. Luck, skill, and concentrated power of will brought him to this final title shot. And you know, for a fact, that Dustin Poirier is going to fight like hell. This is the one accolade that he needs to complete his legacy. For Dustin Poirier, this is everything. While for Islam, this
is his story, bro. You gotta finish it.
This is just another title defense, one he is expected to steamroll. And well, I wouldn't be surprised if it plays out just as the odds predict.
His weak point is wrestling and the grappling. I have the key for the easy fight. I think if I follow the plan, I can beat him easy.
At UFC 302, the champion is looking for a legacy-defining win, while the challenger is going for a legacy-defining cap. A long, hard-earned path and legendary career, but with a stamp of gold on it.
I have been dubbing this your opportunity to finish the story. Do you have any idea what I'm referring to when I'm saying that? Like where I'm getting that from?
Just because of the career I've had, how the ups, the downs, the roller coaster ride, getting title shots, working my way back up over and over again, like full circle here, back at another title shot. Just, it's an incredible story if I can finish it this way.
With the fan base on his side, Strickland needs one victory to head back to the title picture.
Let me tell you something, dude. You're being a weak man. If you can't stack up and make
The music and everything is crazy.
happens, we'll get someone for you to talk to.
But this new and seemingly serious version of Costa might be a brick wall.
Yeah. So the confrontation with Strickland, when he brings it, we can expect you to sit there and just bang with
yes.
him.
Yeah, you can expect fireworks.
Is this the end of the road for Dustin Poirier, or a step into immortality? Or will Islam tie the title defense record and once again silence them all? At UFC 302, we'll figure it out.
Man, I want Dustin to just demolish this fucking Dagestanian, bro. I'm sorry.